Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of The Mint Condition. Now here we talk about all things tech and how to scale your business online. I'm Matt.
I'm Jason. And today we're talking about how to prepare yourself in 2023 to make sure that you're making at least $1 million next year. And for more topics like this and others, please make sure that you like, follow, and subscribe to any of our various social medias linked below. We look forward to chatting with you. A lot of our clients or prospects in this area are looking to figure out how they're going to prepare for 2023. And most importantly, there's, I'd say, maybe about 30% that are, let's just say, concerned about the recession that we're in, the upcoming recession that we're about to be in, and how they should position themselves to take either advantage or to, unfortunately, in some cases, protect against what's to come. So I thought we could sit down and talk about things that somebody could do right now for their business that will put them in an advantageous position next year.
Yeah, I mean, it's scary because everywhere you're going on the news channels, social media, anywhere you're going, they're talking about, oh man, everything's going to shit.
Yeah.
And, you know, don't spend your money, save it, put it into a nest egg, and just don't touch it because, you know, it's losing value every day.
Yes.
I would say that that is the wrong way to go.
Okay.
And that's why we've actually devised these 5 things to implement into your business now so that you can actually put a mill on your profit and loss statement next year.
Now, is it as basic as if money is losing value, that's why I want to spend it now?
Yeah.
Does it make sense to hold on to it?
Yeah, it's just going to keep getting worse. Look at history. It just keeps getting worse and worse. So spend it and convert it into something that generates revenue for your company, or rather generates cash flow for your company.
Okay.
Because cash flow will keep moving. It'll be worth whatever that dollar's worth at that time, and you can always increase your rates, but that dollar amount that you put in savings will never grow.
Okay. So now that we know that we're trying to make sure that we're setting a bar of $1 million for next year, what does preparing for 2023 actually look like? Like, what do I need to think about to start with?
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, everyone around you, your friends, your other business colleagues, other people you're networking with, they're going to tell you to pull back.
Okay.
You know, like we said, stop spending money. Stop. And typically what that is they stop spending money on the things they don't deem necessary. And that's typically in a business, sales and marketing.
Okay.
I think that's crazy.
Yeah.
Because sales and marketing is actually what generates sales for your company. So why would you take away the funds from the thing that's actually going to create revenue for you? You know, most business owners think, oh man, I'm going to take money out of that because I need to take care of our current clients, or I need to just spend money on the things that are actually like directly generating money or revenue. You know, like if I have a job right now, I need to spend money on the material for that job. Or, you know, whatever, like stuff like that. But in reality, you should be focusing all your extra funds on generating more sales. Because then you'll never worry about it.
Okay.
So most people are worried about the bottom half of their P&L. Yeah. Which is all the expenses. They're trying to remove expenses so that they have more money left over. What I say is you should actually focus on the top half of your P&L. You know, up here where all the income is. Focus on things that will generate more sales for your business. Okay. And so to do that, focus all that extra money on marketing. Now is the time to really dominate marketing because guess what? Your competition is going to be literally pulling out of marketing and sales. So jump right in and be the one company that's doing it differently. Focusing heavily on marketing.
So the advice to pull back and to cut costs and to save, you know, whatever profits, this is a defensive or protective maneuver, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, think about it in your personal life when you're like, oh man, I don't want to spend my money. You put it into savings. You cut out you cut out Netflix. You cut out Hulu. You cut out all the. Why not focus on the things that make you raise your revenue, or in this case, your salary? So try to make more money. Get that side hustle. Make more money so that you can keep your expenses the same, and generate more money for you to have more fun instead of pulling back and having that more like victim mentality. Have that more like champion mentality where you're like, I'm gonna freaking overcome and do whatever it takes to dominate my market.
Right. So your advice then for at least tip 1 is lean into your fears and buy into yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. I can see that. I can see
One of the things that helps me when I'm experiencing fear, which is what this will create, you know, spending money when you don't think you have it, when everything around you is telling you that you don't have money or it's worth less than it was yesterday, you're going to experience fear. Yeah. But in my opinion, what helps me is if you're not experiencing fear, if you're not scared, you're not doing anything big. And so your competition is scared. So they're pulling back. They're not doing anything big. You should be doing something big. And that's why I'm saying dominate marketing. Spend money on marketing, not necessarily advertising. Okay. You don't have to do that, but focus time and effort and your team's time on marketing. Get really, really known. And that's really going to set you apart because now people are going to be like, oh man, I'm seeing Joe all over the place. Like, what is he doing? It looks like he has like 5 full-time people just posting for him. And now Joe is the topic of conversation.
Right. Right, awareness.
Yeah, and then what this does for Joe's competition is you're like, oh my God, he's expanding.
Right.
Oh man, he must have hired more people. Yeah. He's adding more people to his team so he can support this. But in reality, he's just going all in on marketing and on generating sales. And that actually takes us to our second point, which is going all in on your business. Okay. Instead of pulling back scared. Yeah. Just go all in scared.
Okay.
What's the difference?
Yeah, if you're gonna be scared, you might as well do something while being scared, I guess. Yeah,
do something big.
Okay.
And have fun with it.
Okay, so I understand, and I do want to get known. What are 3 things that I could do to make myself more known?
Oh man. Post on social media. Okay. Constantly. Yeah.
What do I post about?
Inspirational things. You can post about how you're actually, you can make it appear that you're expanding. Okay. You know, you could talk about your employees and how awesome they are. People who move businesses. Yeah. So talk about them. Okay. They're the ones that are actually servicing all your customers. So spotlight them. Make them feel appreciated. And what this does, actually, on the other side of the coin, not the customer side, but on your employee side, is they see these posts. Yes. And they're just like, oh man, that's awesome, I got featured. And now guess what's going to happen? You're going to have all your other employees be like, oh man, I want to get featured. So they're going to step up and do more so that they get featured on social media. So now you're spotlighting your employees because they're the ones moving your business forward. And they're the ones leaving that everlasting impression on your customers. So make them feel really good because then they're going to be pushing your customers further. And if you have a policy where everyone can sell, now they're going to be selling too. And they might be upselling folks, you know, like let's say it's a construction company, and they're going all in. We'll post about what you're doing, the cool projects you're working on, what you're excited about, how you're excited about growing next year, your employees, so on and so forth. And then if they are also selling, then they'll be on the spot, you know, potentially putting in a new kitchen or a new dishwasher. Let's go small. Putting in a new dishwasher, and they're like, oh man, you know those farmhouse sinks? You should really put in a farmhouse sink. It would look great here. Or a new countertop. They'll be upselling your customers, making you more money. Yeah. And this is what I say. Go all in on the marketing side. That's marketing. That's true. You're just teaching your team how to market for you offline as well.
That's true. Another good tip, because like Matt was saying, one of the things that you should be posting about is what it is that you do, but you should also post how you do it. Maybe not giving away the secret sauce into every detail of what you do, but think about when you're scrolling through your phone in the middle of the night and you're going through all these shorts and these reels and these videos of various lengths. The ones that you find, or some of the ones that you find the most entertaining, are somebody working their craft. You see them at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. And at the end, we all say the same thing. Wow. Right? How did they do that? Even though you just watched it, you just saw the step-by-step process with no verbal explanation, you still end up saying, man, how did they do that? Or man, that looks so good, I wish I could do that. And if you get people saying, I wish I could do that, there's a new revenue stream.
Oh yeah, that actually takes us to the next point.
I won't spoil it all, but I just wanted to throw that out there. If you're struggling to wonder what it is that you should be posting about, you're not thinking big enough. You already have a ton of stuff you should be posting about. But the key things, what do you do? How do you do it? Who do you do it with?
Yeah, and show that passion. I mean, that's why people will hire you. Show that passion. I mean, why did you get into business in the first place? Right. Show that passion, and they're going to see it because people can hire anyone, anywhere. Yes. But you know who they won't hire is someone they don't know.
That's true.
That's why you go all in on marketing, because then you're known.
That's true.
And be known for your service. and your overall dedication to your customers, because you can go anywhere and get a dishwasher installed by anybody.
Yes.
It's the measure of how happy you are with that installation. You know, I would rather pay more money to have someone install my dishwasher that's stoked.
Yes.
Like, I was like, yeah, I love this dishwasher.
Yeah, man.
You know what I love most about this dishwasher is this, and that. And then they show me how to use it. They show me all these secret tricks, and you just know they're excited about what they're doing.
Yes.
Versus someone that's like, knock, 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 hey, I'm here to install your dishwasher. All right, where is it? Boom. Later. Yeah. Like, you're going to pay way more for that first person.
It's true.
But the end result's the same.
Yeah.
Dishwasher's installed.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully it works well.
Well, you never know.
Yep. What's the next thing that we should be primarily focusing on?
Revenue stream. You just said it. So focusing all your extra revenue on developing new revenue streams, or just being so excited about your business that you are thinking in terms of generating new revenue streams. So a really great thing to focus on now and into 2023 is being so excited about your business that you're starting to have these creative thoughts of where you could take the business in the future. And what you should be focusing on is generating or creating new revenue streams.
Yes. It is also crucially important that you surround yourself with people that are doing this too. And that doesn't necessarily just mean make sure you hire people that have these big thinking habits. It's also, well, who am I working with? And are they thinking this way too? And I guess I'm being a little bit cryptic, but this is something that we do with our clients. We have prospects all the time call us, hey, I need a site, or hey, I need a landing page, or hey, I'm doing this e-commerce thing and I need this build and it needs to make sense and it needs to guide people the way that I believe it needs to. And we fully agree, but we don't just stop there. It's important that your teams that you're working with aren't just order takers, but they're forward thinkers. So while we say, yes, hey, we think that's a great idea, we should do that, but also have you thought of, or hey, we were thinking that you could make a lot of money doing this as well, has that crossed your mind? If you have teams that aren't pitching this to you, how much help are they really giving you?
Well, yeah, then you're not hiring the professional, passionate folks, you're hiring the yes men.
Yes.
And you want the passionate folks that are professionals in what they do, they're the experts in what they do. Because, I mean, we have this all the time where we have, you know, clients come to us and they try to tell us what to design.
Yes.
While that's great and you can include your own design aesthetic and direction and excitement, you really need to rely on the professionals who are professionals in marketing, conversion, and web development and technology to really put something in place that will convert.
Yes.
Because that's the only way to guarantee success. We can't guarantee it if you're the one that's employing all of the things that we're doing.
Yes.
So it's a really good thing to realize when you're hiring a professional. Are they, you know, let them do what they do best.
Yes.
And you're going to reap all the benefits of it.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and these are questions, or at least topics, that you should be talking about if you are in the process of vetting an agency that you want to work with. You want to make sure that this person is focusing on the end goal, or these people are focusing on the end goal, because the bottom line for me is anybody can either make or pay someone to make a site that's appealing to them. Right?
Yeah, but are you the target market?
Exactly. I can make something that's appealing to you and you're going to love it. Guaranteed. But is the next person going to love it? Is your neighbor going to love it? Does the guy across the street take in information the same way that you take in information? Are you catering to people that take in information differently than you? Because if you're not, you're just losing out on money.
Or you're leaving money on the table, big time.
It's not that you're not making money. I'm sure you're making money. But could you make more? Are you doing the most that you can? Are you putting forth your best?
This leads us perfectly into where you should dedicate your time this year,
okay,
which is into rebranding and rebuilding your website.
Okay.
Because now, you know, we really help our clients to create that customer journey architecture through their website.
Okay.
And this is what you just talked about. You know, we're not creating the website for you. We're creating the website for all of your target market, your personas. And we are creating it in a way and writing the copy and creating the design. Basically,
yes,
everything about the site,
yes,
is built for your target market.
Yes.
And so now, you know, based off of data, because we're very data driven as well, based off previous performance, we look at your top personas and figure out, you know, with our branding experts and our UX UI designers and our copywriters, we figure out how we can communicate to that target market appropriately. And what that does is it just keeps feeding money into the top of your P&L.
Yes.
It generates revenue through new leads, new sales, whatever business you're at. It doesn't even matter, because what we're doing is we're building that customer journey to educate folks as they go through the website. We give them exactly what they want when they want it. And we're building up their knowledge on the subject so that when they finally get through to a salesperson, they're like 90% sold. They just need a confident salesperson to say, hell yeah, we could do that for you.
Yes, 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 yes. I also want to throw out that we realize that there are business owners that just aren't computer people. There are people on this planet that just aren't computer people, and that's not a problem. Even though you may not be a computer person, it doesn't change the fact that you know that you need a functioning website, right? Some of you may just think that you just need a website, but you need a functioning website. And what I mean by that, I can answer with a simple question. When was the last time you drove someplace that you didn't know where you were going and didn't use navigation? Don't worry, I'll wait, because you probably haven't. So when somebody comes to your website, which is your home online, and they're looking for information or they're looking for help, if it's not easily attainable or easy for them to figure out, how long are they going to stay there? If your site doesn't have things easily accessible to the average user, you're leaving money on the table.
You know, the funny thing is your website is essentially the window into your business. And so,
explain.
Well, think about if you have a physical location, and someone on the outside looking in wants to learn more about your business.
Sure.
They're like, what does he do? What do they do?
Yeah.
They're not educated. So you need someone like the websites we create. They basically have someone that opens the door. And is like, hey, how are you? Here's what we do. How can we help you? And then it asks the questions and figures out where they need to be guided. And it's like having a personalized salesperson basically walk them through their business and sell them on whatever they needed to be sold on.
I fully agree with that. And
now, sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, you're good. Keep going.
So imagine if the window to your business looks or like doesn't represent the culture in your company, or doesn't represent your products appropriately, or even worse, it's like a Yahoo site in 1999 that is very basic and doesn't really exemplify who you are today.
If
actually
you feel bad for not being able to picture that, don't feel bad, because I also cannot. Keep going.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And we've seen sites like this because the business owners just think, who cares about a website? It doesn't make any money. Well, I'll tell you one thing, our websites make money. In leads, in sales, and in other revenue streams. I mean, there's plenty that you're leaving on the table. And like we said at the beginning, if you implement all this stuff, you go all in on your marketing and dominate your market, you don't get deterred by your friends, family, other business partners, whomever, employees, and you just go all in on your business and focus on marketing and conversion, you're going to be set up you're going to set up 2023 like no other. You're going to dominate your market. Your competition is going to shy away and be like, oh my God, how's he doing this? Like, we're dying. But they're only dying because they're not actually going all in on their business. They're scared. They're pulling back. They're putting their money back in their wallet. I mean, we see this all the time. I mean, we have people in the offices that we just moved into. And I'm sure you could tell it's a new podcast space that we're building out still.
First episode, and we're in this huge office space, and it's amazing. But there's other businesses around us that are actually condensing and getting smaller and combining, and that's wild to me. This is a time where you should be expanding and going all in on your business, not shying away and pulling back. It's time to add to the top of your P&L. Instead of trying to limit what's on the bottom of it, keep your expenses the same. Maybe stop spending on stupid stuff that's not generating revenue. Yes.
But I wouldn't even do that, because then that takes away the happiness and the excitement in your business. Instead, focus on getting more salespeople in and trained up. Focus on marketing. I know I said no advertising in the beginning, but if you want to, you could focus on advertising. If you have campaigns that work well, keep running them. If you don't know if you have campaigns that run well, hire a company that does know how to do that stuff like us. I mean, we could definitely help you out there. We can help you with content marketing. I mean, really, what you should be doing is focusing on the things you can control.
1,000%.
You can't control the US dollar.
Not 1,000%. Well,
So,
no, you can't.
so yeah, so exchange it for something you can control, which is your marketing and domination in your market, your website, your revenue streams, and you can't really control your employees, but you can help control their happiness and excitement.
Yes.
Delivering to your customers and really creating a way, like just an experience, a service experience that's just way above par compared to your competition. Like, now is the time to dominate your competition.
Yeah, yeah. And the best way to do that is to go above and beyond. And that's not always in person. It's great if it is, because that's almost immediate gratification. The person sees what you're trying to do. They can receive the benefit that you're trying to pass their way, and they can express gratitude. But your online business is a totally different beast of an animal, right? You have a shop on the World Wide Web that people are going to come by and attempt to make a purchase, unless your online shop has a really heavy door and it takes more than 5 to 7 seconds for me to swing it open. Right?
That's a really good point.
Me loading that website, if it takes forever, there's a shop right next door, and I'm going. So these are things that you want to focus on. You want to make sure that your site's fast. You want to make sure that it has information in the right place.
You want to make sure your site's very secure.
You definitely want to make sure
that it's fast, because guess what? You're going to lose someone if they land on your site for 3 seconds and it's not fully loaded. Yeah. And on top of that, I mean, that's just speed. We're not talking about psychology of the buyer or of the visitor. So if your top of your website's not capturing them in the way that your top personas need to be communicated with, they're also going to bounce.
Yes. Yeah. So essentially, like, you only have so many seconds to make an impression, and you have a slight handicap. And I'm sure nobody's said it to you this way, but you only have so many seconds to make an impression without being able to say one word. You can't say anything. You don't even know these people. You don't know when they're going to show up. It might be 3 in the morning. You're dead asleep. You can't say anything. So your site needs to be able to say all the things that you would say if they were on the phone with you.
And this is why our marketing copywriters are so perfect for this, because they know the psychology of your buyers based off your personas. They know how to communicate with them. Did you know that people actually need to receive information in 4 different ways?
No.
That's what's wild. So our copywriters are actually able to communicate upon an entire website in the 4 different methods that people need to receive content.
Okay.
And, like, just for sake of example, me, when I'm reading through a website, I don't read. I don't like stories.
Okay.
I like bullet points. I read headlines, and when something excites me, I look at the button. Does it give me something that I want? So the button, even the button text is important. Does it tell me what I'm going to get after I click it? Or does it just say submit? Hint, that's the worst call to action, is submit.
Yes.
Because just imagine the action of submitting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right? Yeah. It's all the psychology, and that's why our marketing copywriters are just so amazing. Like, they blow me away all the time with what they do.
I just got blown away. These are things that you just don't think about.
Yeah.
But I challenge you to think this way. I challenge you to prepare yourself and your business and your people to be ready for 2023. And by doing that, what I would love for you to do is write down your goals. Write down 3 goals for 2023. Yeah. And because when you call us, I'm going to ask you what those are.
And we also want business goals and personal.
Oh, sure.
Because they both feed into each other.
Yeah, they do. They do. So first thing I'm going to ask you about is, well, what are your business goals? Because we here at Mintun Media don't just go for that bar. We go for raising your bar. You probably thought I was going to say we want to go past your bar, because we do, but we want to raise your bar. We want to raise your belief lid so that you know what's actually attainable to you, right? Your goal may be too low, and we'll tell you that. If it's too low, it's too low.
Oh, yeah.
Let's make more. Let's do this together.
You gotta think bigger, and that's all it comes down to. If you don't think big enough, you're only ever going to get to what you thought was possible. But if you raise your belief lid, then you're able to get even higher. So if you only think you can make this much, well, you're only going to make that much, because that's all you believe is possible.
Yes.
Raise that to here. I don't know if I'm still on camera. It's so high. Well, you're going to be able to make it up higher on that scale, because you believe that it's possible to get that high.
It's true.
I do have a bonus one.
Oh, I was just about to ask if you had anything.
I do,
okay.
Yeah. Bonus one. So here at Mintun Media, we find that education is very important.
Okay.
Always learning, educating yourself, getting better at the things that you already know, or learning new things.
Yeah.
It's all about education and going all in on education. In fact, if you do have extra money, that is what you should invest into, is yourself.
Yes.
So that you can learn new and greater things, go to seminars and meet like-minded people. I mean, that's also the other thing. Bonus.
Yes.
You know, meet like-minded people that think as big as you.
Yes.
That was one of my biggest problems growing this business is I was hanging out with people where I was above them. In terms of like what I thought was possible and my goals. And it was too small. And so I started putting myself in rooms with people doing hundreds of millions, even billions. And now my belief lid is just so much higher because I know so much more is possible out there.
Yes.
So educate yourself through training, through seminars, through whatever excites you. It doesn't even have to be business related. Focus some time on you as well. That's also important.
These are all really good points. Invest in yourself. There's so many different ways, right? Like he was saying earlier, we have multiple different ways of learning. And none of us are going to learn the same way with all of those different ways. There are people that don't like to read. To you, I say, grow up. But nevertheless, we understand. There are
Reading is so important. The top CEOs read 30 books a year.
I did not know that.
Yeah, that's what? That's 2 books a month?
That is awesome. I did not know that.
So, you know, bonus number 3, find mentors.
Yes.
Do what they're doing.
Yeah.
I read that, and I started reading like constantly. I wake up at 5 now every morning, and I'm reading for an hour straight.
You read that fact, and then that changed you?
Yeah.
See? Yeah.
Yep.
I will attest, this man does wake up at 4:30 in the morning every morning. First thing he does is read. It's crazy.
I said 5, though.
You said you wake up at 5?
Yeah.
Oh, he corrects me that. I stand corrected. But nevertheless, the point is, he wakes up way earlier than me just to get these things in.
Well, because I know I keep having more bonuses. This stuff excites me so much.
Okay.
It's all about personal growth. It's like people often complain about not having enough time. You know, I'm sure one of the objections you have in your mind is, man, I'm already running a business. How am I going to have time to dominate my social media?
Yes.
You know,
yeah.
Create the time.
Yeah.
Well, how do I create time? I mean, everybody has the same 24 hours. So the way I created time was, instead of waking up at 6 a.m., I wake up at 5 a.m. I have an extra hour. That I actually did the math. I don't remember it off the top of my head now, but it added like 2 months of productivity.
Yeah.
And then I also work weekends too, and I love it. There's no burnout here. It's exciting. It's fun. I put in 4 to 6 hours on the weekend, and that generated another 2 months of productivity. So if you are my competition or our competition, this business is going to be 3 months ahead of you at the end of a year, just because I'm waking up at 5 and working a few hours on the weekend.
That does bring about one of my thoughts of my favorite interviews, where Kobe Bryant was explaining about his drive and how he practices or practiced in the mornings. And I mean, it was every day. He'd wake up. I think it was like 5 in the morning, practice, eat breakfast, practice, do whatever he had to do throughout the day, practice at noon, finish doing what he had to do throughout the day, practice again at 4. And so by the end of the day, he's played 4 times that game of basketball, 4 times he's practiced, where everybody else has done it once to twice.
Yep.
Because they're showing up after school, or they're showing up after work, and then they do their thing, and then they repeat that cycle the next day. You have to keep in mind that we're human, and we are, by nature, creatures of habit. So think, if you walk away with none of these tips committed to memory at the end of this episode, walk away with this. Whatever you're doing now, if whatever you've done in 2022 didn't get you where you wanted to go, or as far as you wanted to go, don't do the same things in 2023. You have to change your habits if you want to see a change in result.
Yeah, and go all in on your business.
I mean, do you have a reason not to? Right? Like, why did you get into business in the first place? Most people did it to make a nice living, make a nice income. Are you making that nice income? If not, let's do it. And if you are, you're probably not making enough. So let's do that. Give us a call, 866-543-9988. Please, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode.